So students, we were discussing about breadcrumb navigation, where I told you that as users go through pages, they leave sort of breadcrumbs that are displayed on the top of each page, and this actually allows them to find their way home. Coming to the next aspect of the technical mechanics, which is on page headings. Now, web pages should be divided into certain headings. Please remember that all that we are doing on the page in the form of a search engine optimization, on page optimization, is more or less what you do to a copy in the print form, in the hard copy print form. So, when you are writing something, you pay attention to the pages, you link the pages, you look at the structure of your writing, the content of your writing, you give the page numbers also, names also, headings also, you work on the paragraphs, you work on some images. All this when you do in the digital format to your website, it becomes the technical mechanics of your on-page optimization. So, we know that the headings, the web pages have to be divided into headings so that headings are going to connote and they are going to facilitate the structure, and not only the structure, they are also going to provide a guide to the user and the search engines as to how they should go about reading your content. Now, the head types or the heading styles can be many. So, usually there are 6 kind of heading styles. So, like for example, you start from H1, which is the first heading, the way you write it, and then you are going to write H2, the next heading under H1, and then H3, which is going to come under H2, and so on and so forth. So, this is how the content is going to be interconnected. Now, please use that remember that you should not use more than 3 kinds of headlines, otherwise your page is going to look very cluttered and very complicated. Also, you have to see that the heading should be aligned with the paragraphs and the keywords that you have chosen in the way that you are writing your text. So, after the headline is going to come the body part, which is the body of the text. Now, this body of the text is going to help the search engines to understand what actually your content is all about, and whether your content is coming up by focusing on the right kind of keyword. So, here the search engine is going to understand the content through the insertion of the keywords. So, you have to insert those keywords into the body part of the text, and not only the body part, sometimes it is also useful if you insert those kind of keywords in your headings also, so that they are going to provide a due focus in delivering a solid piece of writing. You can also use different kinds of hyperlinks to anchor your text. So, that can be some clickable text which is going to allow the user and search engines to advance to the next level or next page of your site with lot of ease and lot of smoothness. So, if you incorporate your keywords in the anchor text also, that would also help. And then obviously images, you can play with some alternative text, you can go with certain images that you can use and you can embed, so that the users will be able to navigate through the various web pages, and they would be able to understand what is written in the text by supplementing it with some of the images that you can also use in the place of text. This was all about on-page optimization. Let us now, students, talk about off-page optimization. Now, as it is clear, when you are doing it on the page, it becomes on-page. When you do certain optimization activities outside the web page, and that is going to help in the indexing and ranking of your website, it becomes off-page optimization. You are not doing it on the page of the website, but outside the web page. So, obviously, this is going to be a long term exercise. an iterative or repetitive process which is going to have certain series of steps. This is going to focus on gaining the website authority as is determined by what other websites have to say about you. Now, when we talk about off-page optimization and how we can use the off-page optimization, the first thing is the link formats. What is the link text? The text which is going to appear on the page. There will be a link URL that you give, the destination to which the text is going to take the user, and then certain internal links which you are going to use to link one page to the other page on your own website. So, the manner in which you work and you optimize your link formats is one kind of off-page optimization. There can be certain inbound links also, that is a link that comes from another website and directs a user to your overall website. That can also be a determining factor, because that is actually a determinant of the popularity. So, the more popularity a site has, the more authority it is going to get and more credibility it is going to enjoy. Link building is also a part of the off-page optimization, where the search engine optimization technique is going to get the other websites linked to your websites. Now, search engines like Google, they can view it as more authoritative and rank it higher in unpaid search results. So, what you are going to do, you are link building one website to the other website. So, linking the websites together. There can be different kind of strategies of link building. You can go for an email outreach, or you can become a source. If you work with, say, the reporters to provide you with some sort of an information, you can receive a backlink. You can also create certain linkable assets. Now, students, it is also possible that you have certain piece of content which has a very good potential to earn you backlinks naturally. It can be a tool, it can be a report, it can be a guide, and that kind of thing can also be used in your link building. You can find certain unblinked brand mentions. You can analyze your competitors' links also, so that you can work on the similar kind of links, or you can replicate the link building strategies that you would be using to work in competition to what your rival firms' backlinks are. So, in a way, that is going to help you which kind of content is giving you more links and more backlinks, and who is linking to others in your group or in your whole schema of things when you are working through off-page optimization. You can also have a digital PR, just you can also have a online coverage for your brand. While becoming a source can fall under this methodology or this kind of a tactics, it more typically involves creating an interesting storyline or interesting piece of content, and then sharing it with the relevant reporters by holding a press release kind of a thing. And reporters who cover your story, they actually give you brownie points, or they give you a kind of a credit with a link to your site. So, that kind of activity can also be used as a off-page optimization technique. Another aspect of the off-page optimization is content marketing. Now, students, we had focused on content marketing in detail in the previous videos. So, here you can make use of your content marketing strategies in order to have off-page optimization. Now here the content refers to all the information which is contained on a web page, which can be displayed in the form of a text or maybe some hyperlinks or images, audio, animation and even video. So one has to understand that what you do, what kind of efforts you undertake in respect of your content marketing is going to help in your off-page optimization. Another aspect is how much you share. That is, what is the kind of social sharing that you do, which is again a part of your off-page optimization. A web page should be easily shareable by the website visitors. If you're unable to share it or it becomes very complex for you to share that information, it will not give you those kind of results or organic visitors. So this helps building a digital footprint by getting people talking about the brand on social media. Now we find that students these days, social media actually has become very popular, and therefore it is almost indispensable when it comes to search engine optimization. Search engines usually consider social media signals like your likes and sharing, retweeting, reposting as the feedback which is coming from the user. So content which is engaging and is getting organic traction is usually considered to be a very good quality by the search engines, and therefore is automatically going to get that kind of weightage while they are doing the indexing and ranking of the website. We also find that nowadays in the modern times, we have started focusing a lot on streaming, which can be live streaming or it can be a media streaming. So what you do in case of live streaming, you share your video, like it can be through a medium, it can be a news or games directly over a streaming website, and you have a enabled messaging service. What happens is, in this case, the viewers are going to instantly interact with, and they are going to receive a first hand experience of the organization by directing, posing a something or reacting or asking certain questions and getting the their queries and answers also at the same time. So the live streaming, which has become very popular these days, or media streaming where the media is shared over the internet or your over the top medium, this has given actually a lot of competition to certain major players. Like we all also view a lot of content which is there, which is available on our mediums like Netflix or Hotstar or Amazon Prime. So media streaming also has become very popular. The fourth and the last step or phase of your search engine optimization is analysis. So here you have to analyze. Again, just like search engine optimization is not a one-time step, similarly the analysis cannot be a one-time activity. It is a round and round cyclical process. So you analyze, then the analysis is going to take you to website audit. The audit is going to help you in ascertaining the ways in which you can go for on-page and off-page optimization, and then you are going to analyze again the way the on-page and off-page optimization has helped in the indexing and ranking of your website. So it becomes a cyclical continuous process. You continuously, regularly you analyze the data received and keep on making the adjustments according to the inputs that you get. Now students, we know that every business is different, and that is what we started the discussion also by saying that each business is different in terms of its nature, in terms of its scale, in terms of its size. It is also different in terms of the conversion that it is seeking from the digital marketing activity or through the search engine optimization. Now it is quite possible that on one web page a user is watching a video and therefore I might as a firm consider that to be a conversion, that the user is watching a video. On another, it could be a online inquiry. So one has to decide what is actually the goal of your optimization, so that you can analyze the progress, you can track the progress and map it against the key performance indicators. So while you are in the analysis stage and you are trying to analyze through the inputs, through the information that you receive as to what kind of optimization is required and how that optimization is going to really help you in the goal, you have to map the goal along with the KPIs. Like for example, the engagement. So if the goal is to have more user engagement and it is the optimization that you are doing to engage your users, then how can you analyze and how you can track the progress? You can track the progress by looking at whether or not there is an organic traffic which is coming to your site. If it is conversions, the goal is to really convert, then you can have the key performance indicators in the form of visitor numbers. So for different goals, you can analyze and you can track the performance, and not only performance but also see and assess the need for optimization based on certain key performance indicators which are related to each of the goals. Let us now come to the last leg but very important aspect of search engine optimization, which is black and white hat techniques. Now students, Google has a rule book which is called Google Search Essentials. This was formerly known as Webmaster Guidelines. Now it is known as Google Search Essentials. In a way, it is very important that we stick to the rules and recommendations which are made in Search Essentials. If you are using the optimization, if you are doing the optimization adhering to the rules and recommendations, it is known as white hat search engine optimization. On the other hand, if you go against the rules and recommendations and you try to gain the quick wins by gaming or fooling the search engines, spamming the search engines, then it is called black hat search engine optimization. What can be some of the white hat techniques? That is, what are some of the ways in which you can perform your search engine optimization? You can go ahead with your search engine optimization thing, and it would be within the gamut of the rules and recommendations which are provided by the Google Search Essentials. So first is that you familiarize yourself with the Webmaster Guidelines. Obviously, if you do not know what are the guidelines, how will you adhere to them? So to ensure that you follow the rules and the regulations and you do not enter into the black hat SEO, or you do not enter into the area which you are not supposed to enter and which you should not be entering into, it is recommended that you have a very good understanding of what is written in the guidelines. The second technique is that you publish the quality content. And when we talk about the quality content, we are not only talking about the content quality, we are also talking about the relevance, we are also talking about the uniqueness. Now, one thing which is very sure with white hat search engine optimization is that they focus on, or it recommends, high quality content. It is also essential at the same point that whatever content you are posting, be it any article or a write-up or any information, this is going to be very relevant and original and should match the search intent. If you do not do it, that is, you follow the black hat route, then you are going to focus on, it means that you are focusing on low quality thing, you are focusing on a duplicated content which is intended only to get eyes on the page, or something which is just going to draw the attention but is not going to serve the purpose or is not going to provide the relevant required content to the user, and therefore, this is something that one should refrain from doing. The third is that we use the keyword tools and place the keywords strategically and organically. As we have seen that keywords and the keywords research is very essential and is a starting point for any optimization technique. However, it is essential that you use the phrases strategically. What we mean by this, that is, you are using it to give you a long term edge, and you are using it not all over the place, but you are using it exactly where they are required to enable the user to find the relevant information on the page or on the site. There are certain, as I said, that there are certain online tools also available. You have got Google Keypad Planner, your keyword planner, which is going to help you in identifying the right kind of keyword and the tools related to the same. You should also, as a part of your white hat techniques, you should also consider what is the intent of the user. You are just playing with certain keywords and you are just trying to optimize your site. However, it is very important to align the keywords and align the content to the user's intent, something which is going to satisfy them, and not only satisfy them, but is also going to provide a positive user experience at the end. So, a very natural part of all this is also how your site opens up, what is the structure, what is the speed of its loading. So, at times when the loading takes a lot of time, it can increase the bounce rate and it can cause negative impressions of your site and business. So, if you take care of all these things in a well planned manner, what should be my content, what should be my keyword use, what is the user intent, how can I enhance the positive user experience, how can I optimize the link, and how can I create high quality backlinks while I am trying to optimize the searches for my website. All this is going to give you the results which would be within the rules and the regulations which have been provided by the essential guidelines. As against this, when we talk about black hat, that is something that you should not be doing, you should be refrained from doing, because this is manipulation or this is something which you are not doing in accordance with the rules and the regulations or the guidelines which have been stated by the search essentials, like cloaking, where the content is viewed by users. What you are presenting is very different from that of the search engines, or you are just putting too many words, you are stuffing keywords, or you are hiding some sort of a text. It is readable by the search engine bots, but it is not readable by the users. You are having lot of comment spam. So, you are posting the comments on a blog for the purpose of creating a link, an inbound link. So, one should refrain from doing all those activities and all those kind of techniques which will put your search engine optimization techniques under the black hat. Let us now talk about something which is very popular these days, which is the visual search. Now, what is a visual search? Both video and visual search. Now, visual search is also a new search method which is being used, and here you are optimizing your visual search, what you see through Google Lens. So, we find that for proper marketing, proper visibility, the brands have to optimize themselves, and this is what the search engine optimization is meant for. Now, brand needs to ensure that the information which is displayed about their products, about their services, they get maximum engagement of the viewers, maximum visit of the viewers, and therefore, they have to pay attention to something like brand imaging, something like image files, something like image count, and your Google Lens help you to do that. So, what happens in case of brand imaging? The logos and the media, they are made very clear and visible. So if you know that a restaurant has a very nice area, very nice seating space, maybe the customers would like to use Google Lens to have a big branding outside in form of display and visual of the street front, so that it gives an idea of what brand it would be and what kind of an experience it would be giving to the consumers to interact with them. Visual searches also make use of the image file data, at times, which help you in using a proper image, and that image is also optimized and gives you good kind of results. Brand should also not only use the image but also use good number of images on their website to increase the chances of their appearing on the search results when someone using the Google Lens. So it is only when you have the images, you will then only the user can use the Google Lens to come across those images. Along with the visual search, we also talk about voice search. Now you talk, and it is through the voice, audio, that you are able to search something. This helps to ensure that the website loads very quickly. You write in a layman's language, and this is something which you can avoid through the voice search. You include some featured block of contents, and you can also focus on some local kind of searches. Now students, what happens if you are not doing everything in the right manner? We have discussed about the white hat techniques and the black hat ways of optimization. Google also, or along with that, certain other search engines go for penalties, which is known as search engine penalization. So Google penalties are sanctions, kind of fines that Google imposes on websites for undertaking bad optimization practices. Obviously, when you are using bad practices or bad hat, black hat SEOs, your rankings are going to go down, your visibility is going to go down. There can be manual ways of imposing the penalties, or there can be algorithmic kind of impositions which can be made by Google and the search engines. With this, students, we come to the close of this entire series on digital marketing. I hope you enjoyed and have understood the detailed aspects of digital marketing. There are a few references that you can refer to if you wish to read on this particular topic in greater detail. Thank you.